MSNBC's Katie Tur, who has been the beat reporter for the Trump campaign, now host, of course, of MSNBC Live with Katie Tur, and right here in this seat on most Mondays. Katie, let me start with, this is reporting, this is what we know Mueller is asking. This is not necessarily knowing what we know Mueller knows. So
this is reporting by me and Carol Lee, also of NBC News. And what is significant about it, Chuck, is that this shows that the Mueller team isn't just investigating obstruction. What happened after Donald Trump took office? What happened after he fired James Comey? Why he did that? They are still focused on the original question, which is, was Donald Trump involved in any sort of coordination between Russia and his campaign at the time of his campaign? And they're focusing on that totally bizarre press conference. That's one of their focuses, because that line, Russia, are you listening? If you're listening, seemed to come out of nowhere. During this time, the DNC had been hacked. The emails were just starting to flood out. But Donald Trump took it a step further. He said, I want to find Hillary Clinton's emails. And now investigators are asking some witnesses if he potentially knew that John Podesta was ultimately hacked before the rest of us knew, before the public knew. Ultimately, John Podesta's emails came out in October. And they're looking to find out, is there anybody that could have been a back channel? And Roger Stone, is he potentially that back channel? Because we know Stone was tweeting about Podesta's time in the barrel on August 21st, about a month before these emails started to come out from Podesta. And if so, was he also kind of a back channel for the Trump campaign? He had been fired a year before, but was he still working with them? Right.
Does your sources suggest that Mueller is asking because he doesn't know the answer, or he's asking because he already knows the answer and he wants to see how the witness handles it?
That is the $1,000 question. I mean, when you're talking to people who have been interviewed by Robert Mueller, they describe a very intense interview. They describe investigators who know exactly what they're asking and why they're asking, and oftentimes the witness will feel like they already know the answer before the witness answers it. One witness that I was speaking to, when they left their interview, they left and told me they believe very strongly that Robert Mueller has something on Donald Trump. He has something on this coordination, collusion angle, something on Donald Trump's business interests aligning with his political interests and influencing his political interests. They don't know what it is, but they feel like he has something on that angle. Another witness I spoke with told me that these are not cops that are trying to piece together a crime scene to figure out what was going on. They already know. They can tell you what room you were in, who you were sitting next to in that room, and word for word what you said in that room. They're now just trying to fill in the small gaps. So we'll see if this line of questioning leads to anywhere concrete. But again, this is a really big deal because, Chuck, as you know, Donald Trump has been saying that this has nothing to do with him, that this is obstruction. The investigation is about obstruction now because they couldn't find coordination. Well, this is showing you and showing everybody that coordination is still a very big topic with Robert Mueller's investigators.
Right. He's just not done yet. All right. I got to ask you about this fact, Katie. Everybody you interacted with in the Trump campaign, from 15, that first day, to the inauguration, they're gone, other than Jared and Ivanka.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? What do you make? It's Stephen Miller. Fair enough. Yes, Stephen. What do you make of that? And are you wondering what I'm wondering, which is Donald Trump feeling isolated?
I would imagine he is feeling isolated. I talked to somebody right before I came on the air who is also a former Trump White House person, and they feel like Donald Trump's, those that are loyal to Donald Trump are being pushed out because they can't figure out why. They can't figure out why Donald Trump is allowing John Kelly to push out all of those closest to him. Not to mention Stephen Miller. There's also Kellyanne Conway, who is still there. And there's concern with a source that I just spoke to that Kellyanne Conway could be the next to go. But you're right. Hope Hicks was big for Donald Trump, is big for Donald Trump. She was with him from the very beginning. She survived scandal after scandal after scandal. Corey Lewandowski was the one that was there with her in the beginning. He left. She stayed. Sam Nunberg left. Roger Stone left. Oh God, everybody. I'm failing to think of all of the names now.
Right.
It just
Keith
everybody
Schiller,
that was on this
Hicks,
campaign.
Corey Lewandowski.
Paul
we can go
Manafort,
David
Rick
Bossie.
Gates.
Right, exactly. The list is getting incredibly long.
It's significant. And I got to say, I'm just as surprised as you are that Hope Hicks ended up leaving. If anyone was going to turn out the lights, I would have imagined it was Hope Hicks because she was so loyal to him. She never said a bad word about Donald Trump, nothing even confidentially. She was always defending him no matter what. And she was always trying to keep a low profile.
Right. No, and I think that may be what happened. Her profile got too high.
Yeah.
Anyway, Katie Tur, thank you very much. Great scoop on that front.